Welcome to Employment Law class. Today we look at Unit 1, which is on nature and meaning of employment law. Specifically, we will look at Section 1, Overview of Employment Law. Session Objectives. By the end of this session, you should be able to explain employment law and define the terms related to employment law. What is then as employment law? Employment law is the body of law that governs the employer-employee relationship. So the law governs the employer-employee relationship, including individual employment contract, the application of tort and contract doctrine, and a group of statutory regulations on issues such as right to organize and negotiate collective agreements. So the right to organize and negotiate collective agreement, protection from discrimination, wages, hours, health and safety. What the definition seeks to achieve is that this employment law could be statutory regulations, and this regulation touches on your rights or the employer's or employees' right to organize and negotiate collective bargaining agreements to arrive at a consensus. It also seeks to protect the employee from discrimination and how their wages will be fixed, as well as the working hours. And basically, it will deal with the relationship between employer and employee, since the employee is going to offer his or her service to the employer, and the employer is in turn going to pay the employee. So there is the need for a law to be in existence to regulate their relationship. What is then the function of employment law? Employment law works to prevent discrimination. Discrimination in the form of sex, is not allowed. Because you are male, you will not employ you. Because you are female, you will not employ you. This is a discrimination based on religion. You are a Muslim, you are a Christian, so you will not employ. Those ones are not allowed. And among other things, it also protects or promotes health and safety. Employment law ensures that the employer puts measures in place that the working place will be safe for work, or it will be free from things that are likely to cause danger to the health of the employees. It established a minimum required level for economic support. So the least support that it should be given to the workers in terms of their work, the employment law seeks that one has been done. It also prevents work disruption due to dispute between labor and management. Here, what we want to discuss is that the law prevents any situation that will disrupt the work of the employee, especially when there's a dispute between labor and management. I mean, the employer and the employee. How are they going to resolve it? Basic terms under employment law. We have at will employment. At will employment simply means that between the employer and the employee, there is no contractual relationship between them. So any of the party is at liberty to terminate the employment at any time, with or without reason, provided that it does not violate any law. So you tend to offer your service to A without any contractual agreement. You can decide at you said you work, now you don't want to work again, you can go your way. You also have back pay. Back pay is a reward or an amount of money given to a person in a lawsuit, and this amount is an amount that the employee would have gotten if he or she had not been unfairly dismissed. So maybe the company has dismissed you unlawfully and you have brought an action against the company. Here, if you are successful, the court will award you an amount that you were entitled to if the employer had not terminated your employment unlawfully. So even if it is 20, uh, 20 months, the court will reward that amount to you. You also have hostile working environment. Hostile working environment is where the place is charged with high or sexual harassment, any harassment of any form, or unwanted behavior that makes the workplace uncomfortable for the employees to work. We also have age discrimination. The federal law legislation prohibits discrimination based on age. For instance, if you are 40 years, maybe that don't work. All this age limitation or age discrimination goes against employment law, and it is not allowed for you to discriminate against people on the basis of their age. By summary, in this session, we have attempted to explain the concepts of employment law. We went further to identify and explain the terms that relate to employment law. Thank you and have a nice day.